Hi there chaps, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me and clicking on this video. If you do enjoy the following content, be sure to subscribe to stay notified and give this video a like so I know you enjoy. So today in this video, I'm discussing the biggest problem I have with Battlefield 5, and it isn't the lack of content, it isn't the high time to kill, it isn't the map design, it's the team balancing in the game. And it's not that I'm getting into games where I can't compete and I'm just getting slapped all the time, quite the opposite really. It's ironic because I've come from Warzone, I've stopped playing that game because of how intense the skill-based matchmaking is, and feeling like every engagement is like a numerical algebra equation that I have to decipher to come out on top. I've come to Battlefield 5 and it's the complete opposite. Every single game I get into, with the exception of some, are way too easy. Like, we just either completely steamroll them or the complete opposite happens and we get steamrolled. That is rare, but what's even rarer is to get those really close competitive games that really bring out the best in Battlefield. So I didn't know if this was just my problem, whether I'm just so good at the game that I'm slapping people all the time. Somehow I doubt it. So I went online, had a look at some forums to see if anyone else was experiencing the same problem. And sure enough, I came across a few forums where people were saying the same thing. I'm getting into lobbies, they're so easy, or I'm just getting completely slapped. I guess it depends on where your skill level is. But I was wondering, well, does this mean there's no skill-based matchmaking in Battlefield 5? Did they implement something like that? I find that extremely improbable. I mean, most shooters over the last 10-15 years of release have had some element of skill-based matchmaking. I found this tweet quite funny. Somebody tweeted out about the Call of Duty franchise, saying about how all the past games had no skill-based matchmaking, and then they introduced it into Warzone and it's terrible. And then this developer from Call of Duty responded and kind of shut him down a little bit, saying actually in fact there was skill-based matchmaking in all of these CODs he listed, and they were just different levels of skill-based matchmaking, different intensities I guess, and they've obviously ramped it up from Warzone. Anyone who plays that game knows how difficult it is at the moment. But I thought, well, okay, it's probably the case they do have some element of skill-based matchmaking, so what could the other problems be? Either one, it's the skill-based matchmaking itself is the problem and it's not intense enough. It needs to move more towards the Warzone level intensity and getting players of equal level together. Or I think the more likely problem is there just simply isn't enough players in Battlefield 5 at the moment to equally match teams against each other. So some of the solutions I thought for this would be, well, if it's not enough players, it's going to be very hard to solve getting more players in the game, as there's no more DLC coming out for Battlefield 5. If it's just tweaks that needs to be done to the skill-based matchmaking system, yes, that could possibly be done, but a lot of the developers for Battlefield 5 have now left, if not all of them I believe, to do the Battlefield 6 project coming out in 2021. So I thought the easiest solution would be, which they've had in previous games, is just to implement a team switching mechanic. So teams, the player base themselves could switch between teams, so they could balance the matches out. I mean, me and my squad do this quite a lot, or at least we try to, we try to get on opposing teams. It's difficult to do, but sometimes the game, if you're in separate squads, so a squad of 3 and a squad or another squad of 2 or 3, sometimes the game will split the squads, and then that's sometimes where we get the best games. Even though I used to hate it, and I still hate it to some extent, because getting killed by your mates while you're in party chat and the ridicule you receive is unprecedented, it still encapsulates the best of what Battlefield is when you do games like that, because they're so competitive. You're grinding towards objectives, you're trying to spawn on bodies. It's so much more fun, and I think if they just implemented a system like that across the game, rather than have to do it in this jammy way where it's a bit of potluck really whether we can get on opposing teams, would be such a simple solution to fix the team balancing issue that I really think is plaguing Battlefield 5 at the moment. I think the only caveat I would put to that is, sometimes on Friday nights, the Friday night just gone, we had some fantastic games, really competitive, and a lot of them we did just lose, and I'd rather lose a game, just lose it, than completely slap them, because it just isn't that fun fundamentally, just to completely steamroll the other team. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you would like to see a team switching mechanic introduced into Battlefield 5. Honestly, I don't think they're even going to do that. I think they've literally completely cut off this game now, severed all ties with Battlefield 5, and they're just looking to the future of Battlefield 6. But I don't think it would be that hard. If we could generate some momentum, maybe, if there's a lot of people in the comments that said they wanted to see team switching, maybe they could do it. Maybe other YouTubers would see this video and make content around it. Well, you never know, but I would like to see it. I really think it would improve the quality of life of Battlefield 5 at the moment, as it is the real gripe I have at the moment with the game. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, consider subscribing. It means a lot as a small channel. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for watching once again, and peace out.